Thank you for tuning in to the Shakaama Live Show. So, a lot of people are trying to cash in on the whole Bill Cosby story. And I'm putting it exactly in those words. Cash in. For those of you who are regular viewers of YouTube in general, you know and you can tell that certain channels will carry certain stories to get views, right? You know that YouTube runs on views. Well, you're only aware of this because the casters, like I'm a broadcaster, say it, they come right out and say it. We want more views, we want more views. This should now be very easy for you to understand that the regular news channels and broadcast news and all that sort of stuff on regular television do the same exact thing. They're always looking for views, always looking for views. They're always looking for what's hot. So now the story of Bill Cosby is hot. But I want to premise this entire story in the context of, I want you to look at this intelligently. So you have a story of Bill Cosby being accused of rape, not unwanted approaches or anything like that. Rape, complete rape. And even in some cases, drug and rape. Drugging somebody and raping them, right? So here's the deal. All of these allegations happened 30 years ago, nearly before I was born. I want you to put that into context. So the guy is 80-something right now, right? So we're talking about when he was in his 50s, right? Why do you think that this guy, this nearly a billionaire, keep that in mind as well, is all of a sudden getting 30-year-old allegations brought up? First, I'm going to give you a timeline, and this is the actual timeline. So we're not talking about the rape allegations 30 years ago. We're talking about something that happened recently to bring Cosby into the limelight, right? To have these allegations, why are these allegations being brought? Bill Cosby, Dr. Bill Cosby is a black man. Well, that has nothing to do with it. You'll see in a moment. Bill Cosby has been an educator and has donated millions of dollars for the advancement of black people. He's always been black conscious is a term that we use, right? He's always been black conscious, and he's been able to do exactly what I am trying to get done. But he's done it on a personal level. He's never formed a corporation to simply help out black people and to organize black people. He's done it on a personal level. He's created scholarships. He's donated millions to black colleges to open up halls specifically for the education of black men and women, boys and girls. In his 80s or 70s, he started a tour where he went around speaking to black people, not white people, to black people. What was his message? His message was, forget about racism. Forget about racism. That's his message. Oh, you thought it was about something about pulling up his pants and not taking welfare? No, his message was, forget about racism. Who would you think is benefiting by racism being impressed upon black people? Which party? You don't know? The Democrats. That's who. So what do you think if you have a near billionaire running around saying, forget about racism, that you would have an entire political party with the potential of losing an entire voter bloc, losing taxes, losing sheep to vote for them? Remember, forget about racism. What does that even mean? That means if black people forgot about racism and acted like me and acted like Mr. Cosby, who was in a white school before Brown versus Board of Education, before that even came out, that he went to a white prestigious school based on actual merit, based on a high IQ before any of that civil rights mess, retardation, garbage took place. Oh, I know, you're going to come after me like you were coming after Bill Cosby, because I already had it with it. I already told you how much I think Dr. Martin Luther King is the scum of the earth. I've already told you that. I already told you how he sold you down the river. And when he wised up, they killed him. When he wised up, they killed him. By his own admission. When he said, whoa, 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 my eyes are open. I've seen what I've been doing. I need to change my course. He was dead. They had their sights on him when he was talking about, oh, let's support the Democratic Party. Oh, yeah. You mean the ones who have the KKK? Yeah. The ones who have the Jim Crow? Yeah. The ones who are lynching us left and right? Yeah. Let's support them? Why in the world would black people support them? That makes no sense. Civil rights. Did the Japanese ask for civil rights? Did the Jews ask for civil rights? Did the Latinos ask for civil rights? No. Did the Asians ask for civil rights? No. Oh, that's kind of curious, isn't it? Why is it only black people have to ask for civil rights? Why is it that Dr. Cosby was in a prestigious white school sitting right next to little Jimmy and little Jane before Brown versus Board of Education? Why is it that there's an entire section of black people sitting in white schools before Brown v. Board? How is that possible? Obviously, we need civil rights to be sitting next to little Jimmy and little Jane. We need the government for that, right? Right? No, oh, no, because there's an entire 1% of the black population who's already in white schools, already have have engineering degrees, already been to Harvard, already been to Yale, already. The black leaders of after slavery were in Yale and Harvard. What do you mean? I mean, I study history. I know the history. So who stands to lose? The Democratic Party. If Bill Cosby says, forget racism, the Democratic Party stands to lose, because then black people won't need the Democratic Party to destroy the black family. They won't need welfare. They won't need WIC. They won't need Medicaid. They won't need a white government daddy, a white government husband. That's what's going on here. 30 years later. So Dr. Cosby, to get his message out, at the request of his people, said, I'm going to create a meme. I want to create a meme. So on his website, he put up pictures with him with, typical Cosby type of looks. Whatever silly face he makes. And you can sort of tell what he's thinking. And it was the CIA, the FBI, they do their job well. They came out with, oh, hi, I raped 30 women. Hi, I raped 30 women. Hi, I raped I drugged women and raped them. Just out of the blue. The internet came up with this? No. 4chan came up with this? No. If 4chan or any of these real memes were to do anything, they would say, hi, I'm a nigger. Hi, I'm a nigger. Look, I like watermelon. Look, I like fried chicken. But no, they didn't do that. I know 4chan. I know Anonymous. I know the internet. If a black person says make a meme of me, it's going to be some sort of racism, some stupid racism. That's all it's going to be. And occasionally, if you have a black guy dressed up like me, you're going to have the anti-racism meme, which means it's going to be something like, hi, I'm a successful black guy. Hi, I have first world problems, although I'm black. And it's an ironic meme. So when you have Dr. Cosby saying, make a meme out of my various pictures, and on the various pictures you have sexual allegations, rape allegations, who do you think is behind that? That's the CIA and the FBI. That's not little kids in their basement making fun of Dr. Cosby. That's who is doing this. And you have the Democratic and National Party doing this. So then he took down the memes, right? He took that off. And then you have the allegations come out in the news. This is some very suspect timing, is it not? all of a sudden you have these rape allegations 30 years later come out? 30 years later. And then you have some woman suing him. Why? She wants money. How about this one? The number is quote unquote 13 women. Although only 2 have come forward. I don't know where the other 11 are. I know these numbers get through. And the woman who is suing him, her age goes down and down and down and down as soon as the story keeps being told. First she was 24, then she was 19, and then on CNN she's 15. For CNN, she's 15. So not only is he a rapist, but he's a pedophile rapist. I mean, and we have nothing but black people on the panel talking on CNN. Why? Because black people sell out black people all the time. Because their white masters tell them to. Oh, you weren't expecting this to me? I know what's going on. I'm smarter than most people in the United States. I'm in the 90th percentile. Do you really think I don't know these things? I study history. I study black history. I study actual world history. I actually read translations of Sanskrit and hieroglyphics. I know that on the walls of the tombs in Egypt, that the most powerful person on the picture was depicted as being completely pitch black because they saw black as being the most powerful. Now, why would they do that? Because their king was black. Their king was not white. He wasn't swarthy. Because in the picture, you have completely smut black people, and then you have a little bit of brown, then you have tan, then you have orangey yellow, and then you have white. And the white, pure white person was the least powerful. They were the servants. I study all of this stuff. You just think I have a high IQ and all these degrees and speak 15 languages just cause? You think I'm a trained monkey? No, I have a brain. I know that all of the leaders in the the mid 20th century all graduated from the same high school in the nation. One high school. How is that possible? That a high school, not a college, a high school puts out leaders, including Thomas Sowell and the other economists, black economists, who now have a very rare black conservative voice out there. Dr. Cosby is under attack. He's not a rapist. I don't believe any of the allegations. You have Angie Dickinson, the alleged originator of the term supermodel, coming out and say that he raped her, that he drugged her and raped her. Angie Dickinson is on record to have said that she was on cocaine. To be a supermodel, she said, you have to be. Because you had to be at this show, 2 hours later at that show, get on a plane flight in Milan and go to that show, another show, all in one day. And she said all the girls were on cocaine in those days. That was the only way that you could do that. Because you didn't sleep for days. To make the $100,000 a year back in the 1970s, you didn't sleep the entire fashion week. Did not sleep. How does one not sleep? How does a human not sleep for an entire week? Angie Dickinson also said everybody wanted to have sex with you. The photographer, the designer, the guy who holds the cord for the photographer, your agent, the agent's helper, the driver, everybody wants to have sex with you. So Dr. Cosby drugged her. The woman who drinks like a friggin' fish and takes cocaine like Don Corleone is up for an entire week and is used to it and has coined the phrase supermodel because she can do all of these fashion shows in a day. This is your credible witness? Really? No. I doubt they were in the room together alone at any point in time. I seriously doubt it. That's why I got out of fashion. I used to be a model. I got out of fashion because of all that. Because everybody, and for men, it's even worse. You think it's bad for women? For a male model, it's even worse. Everybody wants to have sex with a man. Everybody. That's the women in a man. It tends to be the women in fashion are straight. The men not so much. So when Angie Dickinson says that he raped her, drugged her and raped her, wait till you hear this. The quote unquote drug is an herbal supplement. So an herbal supplement knocked them out. An herbal supplement knocked Angie Dickinson out? Really? Herbal versus somebody who takes cocaine and drinks like a sailor. Really? Now this woman who's supposedly suing him, I don't know what she's going to get because the DA and every single allegation that was brought up said we're not going to prosecute him. We're not even going to indict him because there is no evidence. Oh, the news leaves this out. They're coming for him. You have no-name comedians coming after Dr. Cosby. No-name comedians who haven't even begun their career. Cosby. And black people are all of a sudden turning against Cosby. Why? Because he had the audacity to tell black boys to pull their pants up, get an education, read, write, and speak like human beings. Stop the redneck culture. Did you know that blacks didn't speak broken English? We're talking about even slaves. When they were taught English, they were taught English by the slave master. It was the other surrounding lowlifes that hung around the South that the blacks, when they were freed, then learned and picked up English from. These are what we call rednecks. And this term is not just in America. It's not 100 years old. It's more like 500 years old. They come from Scotland and they act in Scotland for all of these centuries the same way they act here in the United States. That's what you call studying history. So the term redneck and cracker, both of the terms are simultaneous, mean the same exact thing. So when you talk about black people speaking Ebonics, and I keep saying it's not Ebonics, there's no such thing as Ebonics, it's redneck. These people did not ever speak English properly. They spoke it exactly as they speak it today. They infected the black people. Black people, Africans, spoke African. And when they learned English, they learned English. It was the rednecks. What you're hearing is redneck. You're not hearing ghetto or Ebonics, whatever the Democrats want to tell you today. It's redneck. So Bill Cosby had the audacity to say, and I'm going to change up the wording, stop speaking redneck. Speak English. Act like a serious adult. Pull your pants up. It means you're homosexual. And in the black community, appearing as a homosexual is not good. It's not accepted. No matter how much the Democrats and the liberals want you to say, oh, accept these people. In the black community, it is not accepted. And finally, he said, stop being a single mom. Stop this having a kid and having your white daddy take care of you. Going after the man and paying your bills. Close your legs. I have said the same things many times. I have a blog till today that has thousands and thousands of comments of black women just coming after me. How dare I say that? Close your legs. How dare I say close your legs to the women? How dare I go after the women? How dare I? There you go. Cosby, far more famous than I. If I have thousands of comments on a little obscure blog that nobody's ever heard of, it's called Shakaama Live, how much more into degrees of multiplication do you think Dr. Cosby had? If Dr. Cosby tell the single moms to get a man, stick with him, be parents to their children, and tell the women you cannot raise children by yourself. It's an impossibility. You're going to come out with flawed and just disreputable and dysfunctional boys and girls. I at least said, maybe you can raise a girl, but give the boy up. I don't care if that's $300 extra a month for you. Give the boy up. If you love the boy, give him up. And there's new data out that says single moms are the largest group that abuses children, single moms. In the black community, we don't need that. Bill Cosby dared to say that. Now, what do you think the Democratic Party would do to a person who said, stop being a single mom, get married, have two parents in the home, you don't need welfare, WIC, you don't need any of these things? 5 million people taken off the records just like that. Off of all of those things of accepting food stamps and all that sort of stuff. 5 million people overnight. They're not having that. Are you really this ignorant? It's about views. I'm giving you this because I want to educate you. I want you to understand what's going on. It's about views for the media. People like me. This is about views. Now, if I really cared about views, I wouldn't make such a long video, number one. I would go on the other side of the fence, right? I'd be all like, oh yeah, Dr. Cosby, he's a rapist. Okay, yeah, he raped only white women, although he's married to a black woman. Yeah, and the video would be about, I would say 180 minutes long, 180 seconds long. You click in, get the little snurb, and I tell a few jokes, and the video would be over like that. Views. I don't want views. I'm actually trying to accomplish something. I want to actually educate people. So share this video with everybody that you possibly can think of. I've already said exactly what Dr. Cosby has said. I've already received the backlash, but I don't have millions and nearly $1 billion. Now, did you know that the first woman who did this claimed that her daughter was their love child? Dr. Cosby, as was his custom, gave them $100,000 so that not only would she go away, but to actually help the daughter. He paid for all of her education. But that wasn't enough for this woman. She came after him and tried to blackmail him for $24 million in the 70s. She now sits in jail. She sits in jail, and she's been sitting in jail. They came and got her and picked her up and threw her in jail. Right. That's what happened there. But he did pay the $100,000. And even then, when she tried to blackmail him, the daughter was already an adult. And his wife said, oh, I already knew about it. We already discussed that. We hashed it out. We've already worked through it. This is old news. There's nothing that you could say that would make me mad, make me angry, or cause a TMZ moment, right? This is a husband and wife. He's not perfect, but they're a husband and wife. And he came right out and said it. Confessed to it even. Now, how is it that he confesses to that, but he doesn't admit to any of these other things? Any of them. None of them went to the police. None of them got a rape kit. None of them pressed charges. None of them. None. And people are calling him a rapist? This guy's nearly a billionaire. Really? You don't understand how the game works? Are you really that stupid? But it's 13 women. It's 30 women. That can't possibly be. Really? Do you know how many actual accusations people went to Michael Jackson with? He was nearly a billionaire also. Daily. Are y'all really that stupid? 13 women is a lot for you? Bono. Whoopi Goldberg. Who's the guy with the hair? Trump. Donald Trump. Daily. They have a legal team that, takes all of those calls, beats the hell out of the person and tells them, get going. And it'd be lucky that if we don't press charges against you for trying to blackmail this person for money. You guys are sad if you believe any of this. Angie Dickinson? Coke addict? Really? Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.